When I told Amy that the key to stopping her husband's abuse was to become independent, to take control of her own life by earning her own income, she hesitated. "I haven't worked since I got married," she said. "I don't think anyone would hire someone who has been out of work for so long." Deep down, Amy already knew she could find a job if she really wanted to. The problem wasn't her skills or experience. It was the invisible wall she has built around herself over the years. She had trapped herself in a comfort zone, a place where the pain of abuse was familiar, and the outside world seems daunting and uncertain. The longer she stayed with her husband, the more she became used to her life, and the less she believed she could challenge herself to do something different. When I asked her, "Would you rather stay in an abusive marriage than take the chance to earn your living?" she was conflicted. She couldn't decide which was worse, the known pain of her current life or the unknown possibilities of a future where she could support herself and her children. What really held her back wasn't just her children or her attachment to her husband. It was her fear of the unknown. She didn't believe things would turn in her favor if she found a job, because she has never experienced it before. She couldn't imagine herself thriving outside the toxic environment she was used to. The idea of taking the first step towards a job, a life of independence, was terrifying. To her, it was a massive leap into the unknown. Raising her kids on her own, that was an even bigger challenge, one that seemed impossible from where she stood. This is what had been paralyzing Amy all along. It wasn't just the fear of her husband's abuse, it was the fear of the unknown, which felt far more overwhelming and terrifying than the abuse she had learned to endure. The fear of stepping into something new, something uncertain, had rooted her to the spot. For Amy, the idea of finding a job and standing on her own 2 feet felt like staring into the abyss. But it was also the only way forward. By recognizing that her greatest challenge wasn't the abuse itself, but the fear of change, Amy could begin to reclaim her power. Breaking free wasn't just about escaping her husband. It was about confronting her fears and believing that her future could be better than her present. The road ahead wouldn't be easy, but it was the first step towards liberation, towards discovering her own strength and finally building the life she deserves.